feel like this is my little treasure map to figure out what the fuck's going on in my life, because I can find that. That's like my true north. We can find what you currently want that you don't have right now. Hello, my love. Welcome to the podcast. I am so excited that you're here. I just finished a hot seat coaching call inside of my sisterhood program, and this is the best time that I get to podcast, when I am coaching and I'm on fire and in my zone of genius, which I freaking love. I love you, sisterhood. If you're listening to this, you are my favorite. Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to talk about right now in the month of October 2023, as we're moving into the last quarter of the year. Can you believe this? 2023 is about to be over. Wild. Like another year is passing. And I don't know about you, but many times in my life, I have had circumstances come up where I'm like, I'm going to get that shit sorted this year. Next year's my year. We're going to hear all the new year, new you bullshit in January. That doesn't matter how much cringy it is. We still do it. We still sign up for that shit. And I have said multiple times that I'm going to get skinnier. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to, do my health. I'm going to be this. I'm going to do that. And I set all these goals for myself, or I say that I want to do it. However, my actions do not match what I have said. And then I come around to this time of the year, October, November, and I'm like, fuck, the year's over. What did I do? Where are we at? And I speak to many of you in my DMs, on email, and my beautiful community. And you're like, fuck, November is the month, October, November are the months where we start to think about the year that was. And yes, we're still in it. We still have some months to go, but it's coming to an end. And so I wanted this month for us to podcast a series together called Life Audit 2023. So we're going to do a life audit. This entire month on the podcast, we're going to be talking about checking in with your life right now, doing a little dipstick measure. Where you at? How are you going? What's happening in your world? What's going on? This came because I did a podcast last week about reinventing yourself. And I got so many messages from you, so many beautiful stories about women that are like on the cusp of massive change and feeling this like desire to want to move towards it, but also torn in different parts about X, Y, Z, right? Like, oh my God, what do I do? Should I do this? Should I do that? But I know I need to change. And so I thought, what a great time for us together to do a life audit. Let's check in. How is life going for you so far, 2023? Wherever you are listening to this, even if it's another year, it doesn't matter. Check in with yourself right now. See if you can close your eyes and comb through your life right now. What is happening? Where are there knots? Where are you feeling free? Where are you stuck? Where are you feeling like you're going forwards and then 10 steps backwards and then it's doing well and then you're not? Like, where's that happening? Do a check-in for yourself right now. And that's what this episode is about. Because many of the women I speak to, when they join my program or when they sign up to work with me, the number one thing they say, I'm feeling lost. So my friend, are you feeling lost right now? How do you know you're lost? It's an interesting frame. I'm lost, which means I'm not going the right way, which means there is another way to go, which means you're aware of the other way and not moving in that way. So then where are you going? If you feel lost right now, have you been lost? When did you get lost? When did you start to feel like the path you were taking was not the right one? Are you lost or are you overwhelmed? Are you burnt out? Are you tired? Are you exhausted? Really quantify, am I actually lost? Have no idea where I'm going, don't know how I got here or where I'm supposed to be? Or am I exhausted? Am I tired? Am I burnt out? Am I angry? Am I resentful? Is it something else? So that's number one. Identify, are you truly lost? Do you feel like you don't know where you're going? Do you feel overwhelmed by the multiple things you could do? Because I want to give you some little ideas, some little hacks in this episode on what you can do if you feel lost. So one of the first things that I want you to think about is, are you genuinely lost? Number one. Number two, when I get like this myself, I don't get lost. If I'm honest, I get overwhelmed. But when I get like this, what I notice is I could be very zoomed in, like too zoomed into the detail of like lost and don't know where I'm going and blah, 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 and like in the small, tiny detail, totally zoomed in. And if that's you, zoom out. Get some perspective. Maybe you're too close to this thing. Maybe your nose is against it and you can't see because you're too close. If that's you and you don't know what to do, you don't know what actions to take, you're too close. You're zoomed in. Zoom out a bit. So come out of the vision. Come out of what you're doing. Hold on a minute. Let's zoom out. What am I actually lost about? What is actually going on for me right now? Where is it that I want to go? What happened that I got here? When, how, where, what, like what's going on, right? Like a check-in. And when I zoom out, usually I feel like I have more space, like I can breathe. I feel like I have more time. I don't feel so much pressure. If that's feeling good to you doing that with me right now, consider you were too zoomed in, right? And maybe you were too zoomed in on what I need to do, blah, 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 and then the steps and the action plan, and it's too much. And now you're zooming out and you're getting some perspective. Okay, actually, I can choose here. I want to do that, or I want to go here. If I do that, this is what happens. We can start to make a plan, right? You can start to enroll people into your plan. You can start to timeline it. All right, cool. For others, you are too zoomed out. You're so fucking zoomed out, you feel lost. You don't know where you're going. You're zoomed fully out of the planet. And you're like, okay, well, what is everything? What is life? What am I doing? What's my purpose? What the hell is going on here? And if you feel too zoomed out and spacious and lost, blowing in the wind, genuinely lost, I'm going to invite you to zoom in. What do you need to do right now in this moment? What would serve you today? What would serve you right now? Are you tired? Do you need to take a nap? Are you hungry? Do you need to drink some water? Do you need to have a big fucking cry? Are you emotionally constipated right now? Is there a conversation that needs to be had? Is there something ongoing that you haven't closed up? Are you miserable in your day-to-day at work? Is there a relationship? Are you desiring love? What's going on in your family? Yeah, like you zoom in and you start to look at the little details that are around you, your day-to-day, your steps that you take. What are you doing in this second and in this moment while you're listening to me? Watching. What are you doing? Where are you going after this? What would you like your day to feel like? What could you do to make you feel amazing right now? What do you need right now? What would you love right now? Yeah, like in the now, you kind of tap, 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 and you get into the now. You get into the fucking present moment. Like, okay, I am here in my office. It's a Saturday morning. I'm talking to you on my podcast. I am here. Okay, what do I do now? I keep talking. Okay, then what? I'm going to do this. Okay, cool. Now I am detailed, zoomed in. For some of us, when we're feeling this lost, this airy, this blowing in the wind, we have taken someone else's directions. We have done what someone else has told us to do. We have followed their path, their map, and then we end up somewhere we don't want to be. And if that's you right now, what a great opportunity to go, yo, what the fuck am I doing? I feel so lost. Lost about what? Work, career, money, business, life, love, health, wealth, children, whatever. See if you can get a little bit more specific about what area of your life you feel lost. Sometimes I speak to people, and as a protection mechanism, they stay general. And I don't think they know they're doing this, by the way. But I'll have an event, right? Let's say I do a Creating Confidence masterclass. And I'll be like, what's your intention? What would you love? Why did you come to this masterclass? What would you love by 5 p.m. today? What would be your intention? What do you want? And I'll go around the room and I get most people at the beginning, they're like, I want to be more confident. I want to love myself and have boundaries. Okay, cool. I want to change my life. That shit is a big statement. What part of your life? Be more confident where? Have more boundaries with whom? You know what I'm saying? If we're too zoomed out, it can feel general and fluffy and we're not getting anything that we want. If we're too zoomed in, it becomes too much structure and we're so close that our head's butting against the thing and we need some fucking space. So check in, where are you with those? And some of the questions that I think are really powerful that can support us is finding out what area of our lives. How can we get more specific for this? Because here's the thing, if you're feeling lost, the universe, the world will make things happen for you. So I believe you're either making shit happen for you or things will happen to you. Things will happen to you or you can make shit happen for you. One is you are a creator of your life. You are creating the effect. You are creating what's happening. The other is you are at the effect of your life. You're at the effect of other people. You're at the effect of their opinions. You're at the effect of your work. You're at the effect of the world. One is an empowering place where you are in power. You're doing things. You're making shit happen. The other one is a place of victim. You have no power. You're waiting for something to respond to. And I genuinely feel that when I'm in that space of waiting and I'm at the effect of my life, it's when I feel my most lost, when I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I recently had a client who said to me, I feel lost recently. And she's like, really, I think I'm just in chaos. Really, I think I'm overwhelmed. Really, I think I'm doing too many things and I don't know what I should be doing and I don't know what should have my attention. And I'm just listening to her and it just feels like all this energy and plates are spinning around her energetically. Like there's so much. And I'm trying to cut through the noise. Like, what? Move that, move that, move that. Okay, if we took that away, where are you in all of this busy lostness and overwhelm? And what we drill down to is that, yeah, there's stuff at work. Yeah, there's stuff trying to build her business. Yeah, the kids need shit. Yeah, the home and the cooking and the dishes and all that bullshit. But really the big problem was a relationship with her partner. The lack of intimacy, the lack of discussion. There's a relationship issue going on there. And there's no clarity on how to address it and maybe not sure on how to work that relationship out. So instead, we get distracted with all the things besides the thing we need to look at. And so the opportunity and the invitation that we have when we feel lost and we don't know where the fuck we're going is to have a look. What do you want, my friend? What would you love that you don't currently have right now? What would you love? Is it a career? Is it love? Do you want a relationship? Do you want a family? Is it more money? Right? Do you want to be more financially stable? Do you want to make an impact? Do you want to build a business? Do you want better friends around you? Do you want to work on your health and well-being? Like, what do you want that you don't currently have? And I like this. I feel like this is my little treasure map to figure out what the fuck's going on in my life because I can find that. That's like my true north. We can find what you currently want that you don't have right now. That's a clue in this I'm lost equation. That's a clue. Okay, for example, I want a relationship. Cool. You don't have a relationship right now. You feel lost, like you don't have a purpose. You don't know what you're doing. And you desire love and intimacy in relationship, romantic relationship. Yes, fantastic. What are you doing to move that forward? Are you moving that forward? Are you actively taking steps to move that forward? Is that something you want to achieve? Is that a goal? Is that a desire that you're working towards? How can you be lost when you're working towards something that you desire? Oh, wait, maybe you're not working towards it. Maybe you desire it and you've ignored it and you've put it to the side and you haven't focused on it and you've distracted yourself with other bullshit. So now you feel lost. I don't know. I'm not saying you aren't lost. I'm just saying some different aspects of how to look at this. Maybe what you need to look at and give attention to are the areas of your life that are not happy, not fulfilled, where you don't feel good, where you don't have what you want. Have a look at them. Just look at them. Okay, my bank account. Fuck. Okay, my body, my health, my relationship with my family, my lack of fucking boundaries, leaky ass boundaries. The toxic relationships I keep attracting, my self-worthiness, the relationship with me and myself. Cool. These are all areas that at least if you identify you desire something, you can start walking and moving towards that area. And as you walk and move, you are on path. You are not lost, my friend. You are on path to the thing that you want. Telling yourself you're lost, you don't know what you're doing, I believe only digs us more into this hole that we should know that there's this magical place that we should be going. I'm fucking lost. Good. Be lost. How fun. I'm discovering. I'm realizing what I want, what I don't want. I'm realizing that's not good. That is good. I'm changing that. And then I'm shifting that. I'm not lost. I'm creating my fucking life. Maybe you are creating your life thinking that you are lost because you don't have what you want yet, but you're on path. Or you're not on path, and right now we've just identified together that there's something you desire that you can now put your focus on. And if you focus on that, your world will respond to giving you that which you're focused on. I feel like fucking Abraham Hicks right now. But you know what I mean? It's like, actually, I don't feel lost. Actually, what I want is that. And I'm lost because I've not allowed myself to desire it. I've not allowed myself to make a plan to go get it. I've not allowed myself to get close to it. I've sabotaged. I'm maybe over here fucking around and numbing out with bullshit because I don't want to face the thing. Some of us have conversations that need to be had, that needed to be had years ago, that we haven't had yet. And that relationship feels lost. Yeah, because there's no activation of discussion. We haven't worked anything out. Take the opportunity right now to really check in. If you clicked on this episode and you're like, I feel lost. Where in your life are you lost? What do you want that you don't have? Are you moving towards getting it? Can you start moving towards getting it right now? If you are going to start moving towards getting it, what's one thing you can do to get closer to that thing that you desire? That's it. Now you're back on path. You're on track to do something. You're on path to go somewhere. And does it support you to say that you're lost? I don't know. Is it supporting you? Or you know what? I'm finding my way. I'm not lost. I'm actually finding my way by realizing where I want to go, where I don't want to go, what I do want, what I don't want. I'm actually finding my way. I always say in the podcast, if you've been here before, you know, you got to be lost to be found. Like you got to go the air quotes wrong way in order to find the right way. It's not the wrong way. It's not the wrong way. I've been the wrong way so many times. The wrong way is what brought me to where I fucking am right now. And if I would have been like, that's the wrong way, I would have missed the opportunity. To the fuck ups, the wrong way, the mistakes, the missteps, great. This is the journey, my friend. This is the journey of you figuring out who the fuck you are, who you're not, what you want, what you don't want, and going for that shit. So I want to know from you, if you're listening on Spotify, hit me with a Q&A. If you're listening anywhere else, send me a message or tag me on Instagram. I'd love to know, how is this speaking to you? Do you still currently feel lost? Or is it some bullshit that you've been telling yourself, really not allowing yourself to go for what you want? And if you are lost, genuinely, and you feel fucking lost, check in with your heart and soul of what you want. What do you desire? And what's one thing you can do to move closer to having that? And if you need some support, listen, here's the thing. I'm studying, I don't know if I told you, but I'm studying psychotherapy. And here's what I know. There are some incredible psychotherapists out in the world. There's some incredible therapy. There's some incredible support that once we realize that we need, we can get. And if that speaks to you, go for it. Don't allow yourself to keep saying that you're lost though, because that's not going to help you find yourself. And you're in there, my friend. You just need to find her, you, self, reconnect. And I love to do it with things that I desire that I don't yet have, because it starts to put me back on path. And I hope that it does the same for you. I love your face. Have the most amazing week. And thank you so much for being here.